Time is now 5:37. And we're calling this special meeting to order. I don't have a script to talk about citizens' comments and so forth.
Oh, and you want to do a roll call too?
Yeah,
Let's see. Well, do you want me to say it?
well, if you gave it to me, I'd say it, but I don't have a piece of paper that I normally have.
Fair enough.
I usually do that kissing before. This
Before the roll call. Citizens' comments will be accepted. There will be 15 minutes for comments, and each citizen that would like to make a comment will get 3 minutes.
5 minutes, so 5 minutes per citizen.
You want to do 5 minutes?
Per person.
In the past, it's been 3 minutes.
Yeah,
but we
it's
can do
3.
5.
3, okay.
So would you call the roll?
Well,
Yes.
do we have citizens comments?
For sure. Well, normally the citizens' comments come after the roll call.
Oh, okay, got
We just don't worry about saying it. Mayor Danforth?
Here.
Trustee Lakai? Mayor Pro Tem Martinez?
Here.
Trustee Byer? Here. Trustee Scheide?
Here.
Trustee Hugh?
Here.
And Trustee Kinney.
Here.
Also present is Town Treasurer Lisa Syriacs and Interim Town Administrator Scott Ayerson.
All right. We have a short agenda. I don't know, does everyone have a copy of the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it. The agenda is approved as submitted. We now have citizens' comments.
And just I have a quick question, no comment. Is your machine recording? It is. Okay, thank you. I didn't hear it. Oh,
And-
double check, but
Is there somebody attending by Zoom who wants to comment? I don't know who that is.
it's Dan Gray. Dan, did you have a comment?
Stands up.
You're muted, Dan.
Dan, do you want to comment?
I don't think you can do that.
All right.
Yeah,
Hearing no comment, we'll close citizens' comments and move directly to item 4, discussion and action items. The first item is approval of the 2023 draft supplemental budget.
So what should this motion look like?
I think it should include the directions of adjusting Miguel and doing the 2 times for the general fund. And the sewer fund.
I thought we were actually just making the decision to set the public hearing. The date and post notice on that, and then we were gonna look at whatever Lisa brings back to us.
Well, so I would like you to make the direction of the motion,
Okay,
So
and
this
then we
is,
can set a time for.
so this is a draft supplemental budget, so it's a draft, it's not final. So this is saying we're approving this draft to go to public hearing.
So
I think all we can do is direct Lisa to prepare a draft 2023 supplemental budget and set up a meeting day
And then schedule a public hearing
to
beyond that.
to approve that budget and schedule. Unless we need to schedule the public hearing now and have it in the paper.
Yeah.
we do.
So,
And I believe that we need that the budget that we do present at the public hearing. It may be
You will
different than the
present it
standard
before.
budget calendar, but normally you need to make it available to the public 5 days before.
Well, the notice says the budget will be available. It is before the public hearing,
5 days.
so that's,
5 days.
Yeah.
yeah, at least 5 days, but it could be longer.
So do we need to, as part of this special meeting, to direct Lisa to prepare a draft supplemental budget with particular points that we talked about in the next session?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Well, I think-
that's the motion.
For what they.
We can discuss it, but I'd like to make a
You
motion,
could say as we discussed in the.
You have a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we direct our treasurer to prepare. A budget draft that is based on 6 months actual spending and revenues doubled. With additional adjustments to show the way that certain personnel are dividing their pay between the water and sewer budget and the general budget.
Second,
Probably
Is
missing.
there any adjustment, just a flat doubling of the actuals?
That's what we talked
A
about.
flat doubling of the actuals. Plus these adjustments, plus making realistic adjustments to show how employees who work for both water and sewer. And public works or water and sewer and the office are splitting their pay between those two. I don't know how specific we need to get, but let's start from there and discuss maybe.
Were these actuals all the way till June first? Was this the June first or was this
It was to January
I'm sorry.
1st to June 30th.
June third?
And what I think I will do. Cause I printed this out, cause I will print like first payroll week in July. And see what that looks like.
Warren?
You can't talk, you haven't seconded his thing yet.
I second it.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. Scott,
We had talked about doubling it and adding cushion of like 20%.
that was my question.
But actually what they decided at the end was just
Because.
Let's start with doubling.
Yeah.
So do we need
I
to
don't know that we need to
I don't think so, because there's already.
Okay.
That's.
We're gonna do it again.
There's gonna be some.
Yeah, we'll do that. We have to do the motion again.
Well, let's,
Because we're not
let's,
gonna change it, we're just gonna double it.
Can we hear it?
Then you should vote.
Yes.
And if
so-
somebody doesn't
well,
agree.
while we're in discussion, just. The logic behind just doubling it is because we feel like more than 50% of our expenditures have been expended.
Right.
And we're anticipating that.
Yeah.
We've already spent more than half of what we're gonna spend,
And based on that worksheet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we clear on the motion?
No, I wanna hear, let's hear what you wrote back.
Alright,
I was pretty vague on the employee stuff, so.
yeah, that's what I'm tinkering with, so what I've got is the Dave moved and Adam seconded to direct the treasurer to prepare a budget draft. Using 6 months of actual spending doubled with adjustments to the way that certain personnel are. And that's what I'm thinking of.
Well, they're split,
The way that certain personnel is.
split their hours,
Salary.
hours between general fund and buckets.
Can we be, do you feel like we're have specific enough direction to do that? Do we need to specify 70-30% for our water operators?
No, I put that in my notes.
Yeah, she wrote that down.
And then what about any cuts to?
Well, what I'm gonna do is look at the first month in July. Or the first payroll we did in July, because that shows who's actually working now. Because this includes some people who are no longer working for us. This payroll sheet, like Lou and Kyle.
That's true. they're working.
And if we won't be having the clerk. Salary for Allison much longer, we're gonna be substituting something for.
So
Scott.
we will have, I think we're going to. I thought we were going to agree to have her help us and help Scott through this time, through the 10 hours a month. How much is it, Scott?
Well, right now we're paying her 10 to 12 hours a week.
So you said there will be a significant reduction, but not a complete elimination.
So are we good on that motion?
Yes.
Here, I'll read it back when we're kind of completed it. We've got a motion to direct the treasurer to prepare a budget draft using 6 months actual spending doubled. With adjustments to the way that certain personnel hours are allocated to the general fund versus water and sewer.
Okay,
Do
any
we
additional?
want any checks on, like before it's submitted to the board that there's somebody does a check through it, like a mathematical check? Or? That you can, I mean, just so that.
Scott, we can do that.
Course published or.
Well, because then you're gonna have to have another meeting to actually adopt it.
Yeah, I think we
And
should.
approve it, so then we should talk about that in relationship
So,
to.
well, let's finish the motion that's on the floor. Is there any additional discussion of that motion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yay.
All right, so the next is that we have two more decisions. The next one is to set a date that will meet all the parameters for the public hearing, the motion, the special meeting to approve the draft budget and the public, yeah, then the public hearing.
So do you want to do a special meeting next week to look at what I prepared?
Are you comfortable establishing a date at this point?
Well, I have 2 hours I can work on it tomorrow. And next week is actually really good for me because I only have one specific.
So if it's published, the publication date's going to be actually the first of, let's say the 1st of August. How much time do we need from that publication date to the meeting?
5 days at least.
So we could be looking at something like maybe August 15th. To allow people to come and review the copy
The 15th would be the public hearing.
for the public hearing. August 15th, that gives plenty of time. What does anybody think about that?
Then we have to have a special meeting before the public
Right,
hearing.
but I'm looking at the one that is gonna go for publication in the paper, and it also should be published in the Sawatch Crescent as well, it's our secondary legal, so it should go to both of them. I'm just looking at the calendar, anybody's availability here?
Scott has his hand up, go ahead, Scott.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to note that, the 15th is the day after your August regular board meeting. Which, as you all know, sometimes are pretty long and you don't
Right,
necessarily want to have a big meeting right afterwards.
good point.
Yeah,
Could we look at sooner, like August 10th, or should we look at like August 17th?
Well, if you have your special meeting next week. You could do the 10th, which would be.
And does that allow for enough time for the public notice?
Yes,
That's
Yes.
10 days.
Okay,
I can do the 10th.
does the 10th work?
And if people could meet the last
10th
week in
of
July.
August.
For the public hearing.
We have to have the attorney.
No, we were talking about the public hearing on August 1st.
No, it has to be,
goes in the paper first.
it's in the paper the first, so it's gotta be at least 5th or 6th. Early.
But I think the 10th was good enough time for people to see it.
Yeah, I like the 10th.
And then we can have our other meetings, so this is the one that's to go in the publication for the newspaper. And for both the Eagle and the Crescent. At what time do we wanna do that?
This is next week.
Our, our,
No, on the
August
10th.
our attorney's unavailable the first half of October. Does he need to be there?
That's right.
October, but this is August.
August,
Oh, he is?
yeah, he's not gonna be at the next meeting.
Yeah, he's told us that way a long time
Does he need
ago.
to be there?
Definitely not to be
I
there.
guess that's up to you guys, because somebody will have to feel.
He said he was gonna try to get a replacement
But he didn't sound totally convinced.
Yeah, it would probably be good to have it there if there are
Yeah.
specific legal questions, I mean, I won't be able to answer.
I agree.
So
We should be
You
there.
wanna do like the 21st or
So
something?
when would he become available?
I think he's gone for the first 2 weeks, I'm not sure if he's back by the 17th. Or.
Wait, we wanna do the 21st? For your public hearing? What's a Monday?
It seems good.
I guess you'll need to confirm with them before you post or advertise.
But we have.
We could vote subject to confirmation.
Yeah,
What's the date, 21st, subject to.
or 17.
So are we looking at? The 21st?
So far,
Actually,
Time of day would that be?
So we have 2 dates out there, we have the 17th and we have the 21st. So one of the things I would like for us right now to decide, if we call of our attorney and he comes and said, yeah, I can do the 17th at this time, or no, I can't do the 21st. We could have that answer probably by tomorrow. So why don't we just right now look at 2 different dates, both the 17th and the 21st? And that way then Scott can let us know what is the final
21st
date.
is better.
And so would we wanna say like 2 o'clock?
I would say whenever the attorney says
yeah,
Yeah,
on
Okay,
either one of those 2 days.
This is gonna be a short meeting.
this is the public hearing,
Oh, this is the public hearing.
right? I'm looking to schedule the public hearing.
I would leave it up to the attorney to choose the time.
Okay, so why don't we look at it looking either the 17th? Or the 21st, see which one will work for him.
Okay.
And then as soon as you know
And
that,
assuming
Scott,
that neither of them works for him, then what?
then he tells us the date and we put that in the ad that goes into the paper.
Sounds great.
So we will set the date of public hearing for either, August 17th or August 21st, pending, the availability of the attorney.
Either the
Just-
17th or the 21st, or the availability of the attorney.
Or, sure, does someone want to make a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second
I'll second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes carried.
Okay, now you wanna do another one?
We need a special meeting before the public hearing.
Correct.
next week.
Next
What
week.
works next week?
Well, do you want the whole week to work on this? Or-
well, I was thinking if we could do Wednesday or Thursday,
I can't do
Thursday doesn't
Wednesday.
work on the county planning commission.
or on what day? What day?
Thursday.
I'm in,
Unless we did it on Thursday.
Well,
I'm in Denver all day.
Friday.
I could do Friday.
So I'm going both the 25th and the 26th.
28th.
I could do 18th, 21st, 28th, 24th.
I could do the 28th or the 24th.
Wait, I can't do the 28th.
August or July 28th?
Yeah. 18th, 21st, or 24th.
18th is.
Yesterday.
Uh,
So wait, what month is it? July
Yeah.
19th.
Today.
So next Wednesday, I'm in Denver.
And I'm going.
And then I don't know what's happening on Friday.
well, you don't know if you'll be back on Friday?
I think I'll. No, I think I have
Available
a
the
show.
28th.
Or do you wanna go to the
How you said that
31st
you
that
not-
following Monday? July
That works.
31st.
Does that work for everyone?
What's it?
31st.
July 31st.
Oh, I'm not available for 31st.
I'm gone, but I could, I'm gone on the morning, but I could be back if it was like,
How late, what time would work for you, Kitchen?
um. Like 3 or after, like I will be back.
On what,
The 31st,
on the 31st?
you're gone all day.
3, would you prefer 3:30?
And I might be able to make it for
3:30.
The first would be better.
3, or would you like 3:30?
You know, I should be back, 3 o'clock would work,
Okay.
if everybody
3
else
on the
here.
3 on the 31st.
I can do the 28th.
Gotta be the 31st.
Okay.
What,
What
28th,
what
but
about
somebody else
Tuesday?
is gone.
Gotta be before the first, because
I'm
they
resigned.
have resigned on.
I can do the 28th.
I can't do the 21st.
Squeeze you in one more thing.
Is it 28th Thursday?
You guys.
Do you
Friday.
need
You
to
guys
be here?
have what, 5?
We could have Alex and be the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was an issue.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I could do the 28th.
I can do the 28th.
I'm gonna go to the
I
public
think 3
hearing.
or 4, 28.
So we're gonna do the special meeting on July 28th.
Bring my bowl.
3 o'clock.
Is it a special meeting or a work session?
This is a
Special
special meeting.
And you're gonna be approving the
We're gonna
draft
approve
budget.
the draft 2023.
What dates are you saying?
28 and 3.
And you
Does that
said,
work?
did you say 3 or 3? Great, okay,
The 28th, huh?
That's a big day.
okay,
We'll be short.
it'll be short.
All right,
Hey,
is there anything else to be
do we need
considered?
to approve that special bid or special meeting?
I think you,
Oh,
What time is this?
I think it's fine. I don't need a motion for that one.
you can just direct Scott to post it.
I make the motion to adjourn.
All circuit.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye. Okay, and before everybody leaves, we talked about on Monday of having a thank you card to Nick Morris and his crew for putting together a awesome 4th of July.
Here, I'll start signing.
So pass it around.
Who is the second?
To adjourn?
Yeah.
I hope everybody else will get it.
Did we officially adjourn? Yeah.
5:58.
So the 28th.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
And I hope everybody will find the card if you feel like it. I think there's so many volunteers that just